Working in retail is never easy, especially when you have to deal with a bunch of crazies. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Retail. Our first tale is from The Strawberry Bazooka. Last summer I was working at my red craft store job, checking out people at registers, when my foot slid off the ancient mats and something in my foot's bones clicked. 3 days of work missed, workman's comp, and a few x-rays later, I'm in a medical boot that finally lets me walk without a ton of pain. A couple of weeks go by and I'm at work in the boot feeling much better, getting around at a good pace and even running faster than my middle-aged manager to grab a call. The night comes to an end and we start the closing process. An important thing to note is that at this store, we almost always only have a maximum of 3 people, including our manager, to close the store. Some nights it's 2. This isn't a lack of employees, it's corporate orders to save money. So there I am, sitting behind a very large framing desk, inputting the paperwork into the computer, while sitting on a stool to ease off my foot, when a lady stomps up and yells, "Finally!" Surprised, I lean around my computer and give a polite, "How may I help you?" She huffs and gives a gesture toward our floor.
"Yes, you may. There's no one anywhere to help me. The only person is that girl,"
said in a snide, venomous way,
"at the registers that refuses to help me."
Folks on registers cannot leave the area, but usually point you in the correct direction. I start to get up and help her when she says, "This place is a mess," and then something that was a major dig at my coworkers. I can't remember her wording, I just remember being incredibly pissed at it. It was at this point I had an idea. Standing up, I say, "I'm so incredibly sorry, ma'am. What were you looking for? I can help you."
"Your glassware,"
she said haughtily.
"You know, for flowers."
"Of course," I say, starting to limp around the counter that, since now, had obscured everything below my apron pockets. Vases are this way. We currently don't have any in seasonal, but we do have our standard stock. The lady literally gasped and stammered when I had fully emerged from behind the counter.
Oh, no, it's fine. You could just point me in the direction."
No, it's fine. It's this way, follow me." I proceed to slowly limp, favoring my boot more than I had in weeks and adding some swing in my shoulders for effect. I apologized for the lack of employees on the floor and brought her to the vases. That were very easy to find, I'll have you know. I grabbed the vase she wanted from the top shelf, made a show of checking for chips, and asked her if there was anything else I could help her find. She straight up refused to look me in the eyes and muttered,
"No, I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry,"
and walked away. I went back to the frame shop and had an amazing laugh. I hope she thinks about it at night while staring at the ceiling. I mean, what's she expecting if she's coming in at the closing hours roughly? Most places I've ever worked at, most places I've ever shopped at, in those hours, there's usually less employees than there would be in the day. But I love that you made it a point to help her out regardless. And our final tale is by Tomorrow 26. I can't even express how frustrated I feel. Due to a party my boss was hosting, it was extremely busy. Now, after non-stop helping people at the register, I can admit that I was feeling extremely overwhelmed. This is my first job where I have to help out with customers, so I am new to this side of a customer service interaction. I would say that all of my experiences with customers have been positive so far, since October, and I can say that I'm usually pretty good at my job. Except for today. This man and his wife come up. They're both very disinterested and frankly rude, which would be fine, but I'm already so frazzled. Then of course, the register starts tweaking out. My anxiety levels are off the roof, so my hands are shaking, plus the glitchy combo results in me struggling to ring him up. This process took a couple minutes, but I just knew he was frustrated. Mind you, he was standing at the wrong side of the register. He goes to hand me a 20 and I assume he can see his total is $16, as the register is still visible where he is standing. He practically barks at me and loudly declares, "I can't see the total!" Okay, I apologize, tell him, and take the 20. My panic is at the surface. This part is fully my fault. I just want this interaction to be over, so instead of his actual change, I grab $16 in a rush. I go to hand it to him, and I'm like, wait, this isn't right. I apologize profusely and grab him his real change. But I'm grateful this is finally over. His wife, who was basically silent at this point, then suddenly adopts her husband's rude demeanor.
I need a bag.
Fine, take your bag? Also, I should mention I've never made this mistake before, and haven't since. As soon as I see the back of his bald head, I'm instantly relieved. He then whispers to his wife, "She's special." Oh my god? I wish I said something, but I was just too stunned. He really just couldn't get worse. Luckily, the guy behind him heard this interaction and was extremely kind. And that was my first bad customer interaction. Tears were definitely shed, but I know this won't be the last negative interaction. I know this is considerably tame, but wow, very humbling experience. Edit. I also want to mention how my boss and coworkers are amazing and was so comforting about the whole thing. A mention is deserved. You know what always gets me about ones like this are the fact that it's like these rude customers don't even think back to maybe when they had their first job, or they tried to do a different kind of job than they were used to doing, and they made mistakes. I don't know, I feel like humans make mistakes, but it's people like this who like to pretend they never did. Alright, that's enough tales for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Tales from Retail. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.